What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, look, I'm super excited that you're here, joining in, tapping in with your boy. The reason why you're here is because you want transformation. And my way of trying to connect with you and multiple others is by doing this virtually. So I'm glad you're able to join in. Now, time is the essence. Like, we can't waste a lot of time. So I'm going to jump right into it. And if you have any questions, you'll have my email. You can also message down below if you have any questions if you're watching this live. But most of you guys probably have my cell phone or Instagram, so that's the best way. But we need to get going because I got a lot of information to go through. So, look, at the end of the day, the reason why we want success is because we've had some type of measure of success, whether it's in our career or relationship or just in life in general. So, the reason why you want this in your body is because number one, you need to be healthy, and number two, you're successful. Now, I'm good at fitness, but you're great at something else. So I know you can help me be great at something else, but I'm going to help you be great at transforming your body. Now, I'm not taking a large group of people like I typically do. Typically, when I do these, we can go anywhere between 10 to 15 people. It looked like I'm going to get maybe three or four because your boy is tied. And there's a lot of effort and energy that I got to put into this. So I'm not taking a huge number. So let's jump into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is share my screen with you. Um, and I'm pumped. So I might be talking a little fast, but just hang with your boy. All right. So first things first. When I look at these visuals, I know you see the before and after picture, but looking at Samaya, for example, I see confidence. I see strong. I see someone that doesn't second guess her actions and someone that believes in themselves. So as we go through these before and after pictures, you're going to notice that it's not just the weight loss or the muscle gain, it's the personality, it's the peace, it's the joy, it's everything when we talk transformation. All right. So look good, feel good is what we call this. This is Jennifer. She did one of my first couple of makeover programs, and this one is an 8-week cycle. With Jen, it was more, as I said earlier, than just body. It was mentality. It was being a mom for the first time, just being married, and she's a surgeon. So it was a lot of things she's seen in her perspective that doesn't show in the gym, but she had a lot on her plate. So I want you to know, and the reason why I'm bringing her up while I'm showing you this is because you're not alone. We all are busy. We all have a lot of stuff going on. But at the end of the day, the goal of this is let you know that there's cohesiveness here. And I've done this with countless amount of people. So, man, if you're ready to get it on and popping, let's get it. All right. So, first things first, this is not for everybody. I'm letting you know right now. Here, hear me loudly. Okay. This transformation is not for everybody. You have to be at the right mindset and the right place. So, look, I say this lovingly. I'm a dad of three now. You know, we got Mean Green Gyms, you got Beast Mode games, you got Mean Green Basketball. I'm part of my father's ministry. I got a lot of going on, right? So I can't waste it. And what I'm getting to is, man, if you're gonna commit, I need you to commit. But if you're not ready to commit, it's okay to say, hey, right now it's not a good time. So number one thing that I have on here, this program is based upon accountability within your nutrition intake and workouts. Yep, accountability. That's what we all need, not just in fitness, but in everything is accountability. That's actually how you get growth. So this is an accountability program. I'm going to challenge you, but I'm not going to hold you by your hand every single day. I'm not going to turn your alarm clock on. I'm not going to wake you up. I'm not going to tell you what clothes to put on. I'm not going to tell you to brush your teeth. Like there's some things you're going to have to get done on yourself, but the accountability part is where I come in with the nutrition as well as your workouts. Number two, 3 strikes and you're out. Yep, you can pay money and you can strike out and it's a wrap. And the reason why is because I can't waste my time and I don't want to waste yours either. So when we say 3 strikes and out, it's not that you have to be perfect by any means. It's just certain things. Example, alcohol. We're not drinking alcohol. So if you drink alcohol, that's a strike. We don't drink alcohol. If you tell me you're not working out on Monday and you were scheduled to work out, now do people get sick? Yes. Do people have a bad day and it's just not a good time for them because they're in a bad place mentally, I understand that. But if you just don't show up because you didn't feel like working out that day, that's a strike. So 3 strikes, you're out. Next thing, you have to submit. And when you submit your application, some people will get accepted and some people won't. And typically the reasons why people don't get accepted is because you're doing it for Beyonce concert. You're doing it for your next birthday. This is not a transformation program for Beyonce or your next birthday. This is a transformation program because You're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You want to feel good and look good. You want to change your health because if you're changing, then that means you can always go back in your closet and put the same shirt on. When you transform, you're like a caterpillar going into a butterfly. There's no going back. So I'm looking for people that want to transform. All right. So as I said earlier, this program is not for everyone, but this quote I will start with by Henry Ford. It says, if you think you can or can't, you are absolutely right. So going into this, you just got to have a positive mindset. Is it going to be tough? Yeah, absolutely. But you're tough. You can do this. You're built for this. If such and such can do it, you can do it. All right. Question I have for you is, are you ready? That's it. Are you ready? You know, I look at Caitlin. This had to be around 2017 or 18. Man, I was so proud of her because if you look at the right side, she had so much swag in that picture, man. And part of the swag came based upon her overcoming her fears. And that's what a lot of us are facing. That's what you're facing. Fear if this is going to work, fear of investing in yourself, fear of letting go alcohol, fear of eating the right food, fear of being consistent. All of these things are fears. And I love the acronym that I live by when it comes to fear. False evidence appearing real. It's an illusion. It's something that may not ever happen, but we based our opportunity, we based our resources off an illusion. And that's what we're not going to do anymore. You're going to be fearless. You're going to be confident. It's your time. Okay. So let's go into the program. This is based upon, as I said earlier, workouts, nutrition, and mentality. The thing I'm going to start with is workouts. So you have to do 4 to 6 workouts every week for the next 8 weeks. Now, some of you are already members and some of you are not members. Our results program is our group training style program that Mean Green's been known for the last decade and a half. Majority of our people do results program. So depending on your goals, you're going to train from 4 to 6 times in our results program. The average person that wants to lose muscle and lose fat typically work out 5 classes and then my cardio day, which I explain in a little bit. But your option 1 of doing these workouts is results program. Option number 2 is personal training with me or small group training. It is available depending on your time and also, you know, my time if that can actually connect and make it work. But that's just another option between your workouts and then also customized workouts because sometimes people have a birthday party. I know one of you have a birthday party coming up and you're going to be out of town for 4 days. Well, cool. We're going to enjoy ourselves, but we got some workouts we got to do while we're in the hotel, whatever it may be. So again, going to our strength and conditioning workouts, you got to do it 4 to 6 times a week. The reason why is strength and conditioning instead of just conditioning is because I'm not in the market of just telling you to get on the scale and for you to lose weight because you actually can lose bad weight. And what I mean by that is bad weight is losing muscle. You ever seen somebody lose a whole bunch of weight, then they start looking sick? It's because they lost a whole bunch of muscle. So part of your challenge, what you're going to be getting is something called the InBody scan. Some of you may have been on it, some of you may have not. The InBody scan takes your water weight, it gets your muscle weight, gets your muscle in pounds, fat in pounds, your vascular fat. It gets a lot of different metrics that you need. And this is what I take to see if we're eating enough or not eating enough, and also seeing if we're getting enough recovery. But again, I can go on and on just because I'm passionate about it. But strength and conditioning based upon you're going to be lifting weights, and you're also going to be doing cardio. I'm gonna explain why it's important to lift weights in a little bit, but again, 4 to 6 strength and conditioning workouts. Faster cardio. Faster cardio starts with typically in the first week, 10 minutes up to 20 minutes. You're not going to be doing 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes unless you want to. All right. I have my way of challenging you to want to do more, but faster cardio is basically getting up in the morning before you do anything and typically get your cardio in. However, whenever you can do it, you can do it. Some people do it early in the morning before they get to the gym or work. Some people get to the gym 10, 15 minutes early. Some people stay an extra 10, 15 minutes. You maybe go home to your apartment gym or your neighborhood and do your walking or running. It's totally up to you. But faster cardio is not 10, 20 minutes of sprints. It's 10 to 20 minutes of keeping your heart rate in a specific area. And I'm about to go there in a little bit, but having to do this faster cardio, you're going to have a MyZone tracker. And that's how I'm able to track this whole project. Some of you have it, some of you don't, but if you don't, you definitely will have to get it. All right. So faster cardio is one of the best ways to start your metabolism. And again, it's my way of making sure you're burning body fat And again, I'm very strategic on not just you getting the minimum, but for you want to maximize your success and results. All right. Active, um, you know, I didn't even finish what I was gonna say. Active points. Active points is typically competitions between you and the people that are doing it. But I have these challenges, which again, you have minimums, but you'll notice that a lot of you are going to want to do more just because you're go-getters. But 60 to 80% is like my goal in this challenge. You're going to notice that I'm going to slow you down. You're going to notice that you're not going to have to beat your body up and run 10 miles a day and starve yourself to get results. Actually, the program that I'm teaching is very sustainable even after you finish. Okay. I don't want you to do 8 weeks and then lose it all. We're going to do 8 weeks to grow, to empower, to get stronger, and to be educated. And you're going to notice why 60 to 80% of your heart rate is the best point in place for you to burn majority of your body fat. When you get over 80%, then you're probably burning fewer calories, fewer body fat because your heart rate's in peak performance. Peak performance means you're healthy, your blood's flowing, and you're able to condition yourself to work out at a high pace of your heart rate. That's good for marathon running. That's good for beast mode games. That's good for soccer and basketball, those activities where you have to execute with your heart rate being up. But that doesn't mean that you're going to be in the best zones of burn body fat. But once you start the program, I go more in depth with that. So that's what I mean by active points, because you have team goals or individual goals that we do every week. All right. Moving forward, nutrition is huge. You know, when we talk nutrition, you have weekly check-ins. This is not a program where we just give you a food plan and then see what you do in 8 weeks. That's typically my challenges. The difference between a transformation program and a challenge typically we give you tools and you go out there and you try your best. Transformation means weekly, we're going to see exactly what you're eating because you're going to be tracking your food, but also we're going to make the adjustments for you based upon your macros, right? We want to know if you're eating enough carbohydrates, enough fats, and protein. So carbohydrates and fats are your sources of energy. If you're eating all your carbs and fats late at night, that means you're going to probably be storing. So we're strategically going to have you eat them at a specific amount of the day, depending on when you're going to work out and your workload and everything else. Protein is how you replenish your body to get muscle. So again, I know I'm talking fast and I'm excited, but this is where we're going to help you with weekly evaluations plus bi-weekly in-body scans. The reason why it's important to know your in-body scans because you can work out but be losing muscle. But if you're losing muscle, even though you're working out, you probably need to intake more protein, right? So again, this is how you see all these before and after pictures, all these testimonies, because we really individually customize this for everybody. And your nutrition coach is going to be there. We also have what we call emergency lines, and I'll talk a little bit about it in a little bit, but it's that point where you're at the happy hour and you're freaking out because you don't want to mess up what you've been doing. Who do you call? What you call the Mean Green Team, and that's why we're here. So nutrition is a huge component of this, but again, this is not for everybody. You're going to have to track your food. You're going to make sure that you got to be held accountable. If you didn't eat right, you got to say, hey, I didn't eat right. It makes no sense if Chris says, I've been eating perfect and you haven't been eating perfect. That's not going to get you success and results. So again, that's why we have a nutrition coach in place to strategically give you the empowerment that you need every single week. All right. Keeping it 100. All right. Keeping it 100 is one of my favorite parts. Obviously, I'm so big on not just the physicality and the nutrition part, but also the mentality, because we have careers, we have family, we have stress, we have anxiety. A lot of these things play huge portions of our life, but we just think we got to work out or push through with our nutrition. Well, what about your mentality? For some of us, it's our spirituality. Weekly, I send different content out, typically videos to you, and I know that you watched it because you have to reply individually by a specific reply, but it's just me empowering and giving you more fuel for your week. It's hard to give your fuel away when there's no fuel in your body. That's typically when we get burned out. So that's what keeping it 100 is challenge you weekly, mentally and emotionally, so we'll grow, not just physically. All right. So one of my favorite parts. All right. As we wrap this up, I'm gonna quickly go over this, and obviously you can always press the pause button and see this more in depth, but there's a lot of work that's going to be done, right? I'm going to what this program is included. If we start with workouts, I'm just going over numbers. This is not your package. It's just what it typically costs. The amount of workouts the average person is going to do in the next 8 weeks is 48 workouts. That's valued at $340 with our results package. If you're going to be doing personal training with me, it's typically $100 a session. That's 16 sessions on average, 2 times a week, working your way up to 8 weeks at 16 sessions, which is a total of 1,600. Our Flex Gym, which is open gym access, that's $120. These are all values for people that do our program, and that's what they typically pay. All right. And then our consultations, if you ever want to do a weekly call with me, based upon whether it's coaching or empowerment, those empowerment calls are valued at $300 on a weekly basis. Okay. Nutrition. Nutrition, typically your coaching session with a nutrition coach is valued at $600. That's 8 sessions. Grocery tours, they're not a part of this program, but they're additional, like personal training. As I said earlier, personal training is not included, but you can always add it in. Grocery tours is not included, but if you want to add it in because maybe you want to go to the store with your nutrition coach and we go to HEB and we tell you what to look for and how to look for it, how to read the labels, and how the inside of the store is more processed food than the unprocessed food that we typically need is on the perimeter side because they have to keep refrigerated, right? So all of that is $600 valued for coaching sessions, $300 for the grocery tours, and $200 for the emergency touch. Emergency touch is going out of town. I got a birthday party, or the 4th of July is coming, or you know, school starting, and we're doing a big going back to school party, whatever it may be. Those are all valued at $200. Photo shoot, we do just a simple photo shoot before and at the end. That's valued at $300. The accountability program that I have at the gym valued at $100 valued for every week. I do 3 challenges within our 8-week program that's valued at $225. And the last thing, our in-body scans are $20 for drop-ins. And you're gonna do 4 of these in an 8-week project. So that's valued at $80. So I don't know if you're like me, but when you start hearing numbers, it kind of sounds like the politician guy that's trying to throw all these numbers out. But long story short, I wanted to pour in the amount of value that we charge and what we used to charge for our program and what you're going to get it for. So our total value without the grocery tours and the personal training is $22.65. That's typically what our old transformation programs used to cost. And again, if you want to add those personal training sessions in or grocery tours, that can get up to $41.65. So again, it used to be $2,265, which is valued at minimum up to $4,165. So maybe you're at the edge of the seat and you're like, well, I hear what it's valued at, but what does it actually cost? We have a couple of options. If you're a current member, you have a certain option that you can do. And if you're non-current member, you got a couple of options. So I'm gonna start with the people that are not Mean Green members. If you're not a Mean Green member, there's a payment of $444. It's 2 payments, and that covers everything that we just said, not including the personal training or the grocery tours. That's something that you can add on if you want to. If you're already an unlimited member, which means you have an unlimited results package, your package is $274 for 2 payments. So again, non-members, $444, 2 payments. If you're already a member for unlimited package, you just adding this on, it would be $274. If you want to train with me and add some PTs to your life, I recommend maybe 2 a week. For those that want to add it on, instead of $100 a session, you actually get it for $50. But it really depends on availability for my schedule and your schedule, and it has to be done at the Third Ward Gym because this is where I'm at typically as we're growing this gym location. All right. Now, we do have options where you can save a little bit more money. If you want to make one payment, which a lot of people do, put it on that card so you can get your points. That's one payment of $830. That'll save you about $58. Or if you're already a member and you just want to do one add-on payment, again, that's $490, and you'll save another $58. So if you want to save a little bit, you definitely can. That does not include your MyZone. If you already have one, great. If you need one, we have them for $125. All right. Supplements does not include into this program. Say you need protein shakes and stuff. Obviously, we're not buying your protein shakes or food, so that's not included. But this is basically our packages. Again, you have month-to-month options or one payment option. Okay. I leave you with this because a lot of us is like, what's next? I want to know if this program's for you. So there's going to be an attachment to this, and I want you just to fill it out. You can take a screenshot and send it to me or email it to me, but the sooner the better. All right. They have the wrong dates on here, so ignore the dates. But I want to start this as early as May 6th. All right, which means we got some work to do. Starts on a Monday. Depending on the individuals that are selected, if we need to push it back to the 13th, I can, but preferably I want to start May 6th because we got to get your scans, we got to get your nutrition plans, all that complete as soon as possible. A lot of you also at the same time are doing my results challenge. Yes, you can do both. You're just gonna probably be at a more advantage to lose more fat and put on more muscle because you're getting more guidance throughout the weeks. But hey, man, I don't see why you cannot be one of these people on this before and after picture. I believe in you. You can do this. But do me a favor, the document down below, I need you to fill it out. All right, submit your information within 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours, we'll let you know whether you were selected or not selected. But again, I appreciate your time. I'm looking forward to working with you, and we see you soon. God bless. Talk to you soon.